hope you've been having a wonderful, wonderful week. And even if not, that's okay too. I'm having a great week. You know, I think I want to start a new tradition for the podcast. We'll see if it sticks. Back in the early days, I would search around for a nice inspiring quote or an insightful quote from someone famous or someone eloquent. And I would start off the episode with that. And I think, being the cocky bastard that I am, or perhaps the wise daddy, I'm just going to come up with something to tell you. Hopefully it'll get out a good topic for the podcast right away, and then we can meander our way and get lost as much as we want. Okay, you want to hear the quote for the day, which maybe someday you'll see plastered on a cheesy photo, like as a quote. Okay, it goes like this, little bunny. There are many people who would like to see you fail, but there are many people who need you to succeed. You like that? Oh man. What it means is that we do, for better or certainly worse, live in an age, in a time, in a culture where there is so much negativity flying in all different directions. And it comes in so many ways. And it can be easy and natural to internalize all these different types of negativity, whether it's someone explicitly being mean to you, maybe someone online saying something really horrible to you, or whether it's generally people dismissing you or, not taking you seriously. All kinds of ways people can bring some negative energy to you, and especially when you're trying to do something and accomplish something. And something I want to point out to you and help you realize that'll make you happier, make you stronger, make you feel better, and make you accomplish more and greater things. That you're not doing what you do for those negative people. You're doing it for the people who need you to succeed. Could even be your own enjoyment, and you need you to succeed. Could be people, let's take the garden for instance. There are people, perhaps even you, little bunny, who get so much from just me telling you the truth, that I love you. I really do love you. And I love you because you're not just anyone. You're my little bunny. So I guess some inspiration is, every once in a while, the algorithm, it's my least favorite part of the garden, is making content on like the outer edges of the garden that just gets sent to the general world. And 95% of the time, it's beautiful, wonderful, happy, kind comments. And every once in a while, the algorithm gets confused and it will send it to the wrong people. And they'll say all kinds of mean things. And it doesn't really bother me because they just send the garden more viral and thousands of new bunnies come along and are found. But the way that I don't get down emotionally is the garden isn't for them. These people are confused, thinking that everyone is desperate for their approval and their attention. And so I want you to apply that to your own life, little bunny. Anyone who brings negativity, they are probably coming with some false assumption that you're there to appease them and please them and impress them. We'll go through some examples in your life. But maybe we can think of something that you want to accomplish. Is there a craft you want to do? I had some good examples. The locked audio this past week on Patreon, the locked section of the garden, it's kind of about this. It's about helping cheer you on and me guiding you by the hand, take you by the hand, little bunny, and help you make your dreams come true. Help break them down to being easy, achievable, and letting you know that I believe in you. And that all we have to do is take the next step together, hand in hand. I am here with you through everything, the whole way through. The Patreon, by the way, is ages 18 to 800 only. So don't join if you're not between 18 and 800. So maybe think of something where you wanted to accomplish something, the task, like one of your fellow bunnies on the Discord, which is part of the locked section of the garden. Discord is like our community of bunnies where you can make friends with your fellow bunnies. I'll give an example. Like one of them is a comedian, like a stand-up comedian. She's good too. And comedy is one of these super noble activities, actually. I think it's so underappreciated with how valuable it is to just making the world a better place. To make people laugh. Oh, that's spreading joy, like the purest form of joy. And every comedian is going to deal with competition or jokes that sometimes land in this show, and then another show it won't get so much laughs. But, it's a very, very brave activity. And every comedian, I don't want to speak for your fellow bunny. I'm using the example of doing comedy, not speaking about this bunny's particular journey. But she can probably relate. Is that with comedy, that's like one of the bravest. There are many brave things you can do. Among the brave things you can do, or that takes a lot of balls, is going up alone on stage and just trying to make people laugh. Oh my God, I have seen, and so much of it is out of your control. There was one time there was this new kind of comedy venue that was in a basement in New York. It was like these people had an extra basement and they were going to do some comedy in there. And they had a sign, like some sign with text, one of these neon signs that spells something out, right behind the comedian on stage. And it made this effect where we couldn't see her face. This is not your fellow bunny. This is some random comedian in New York who could be a fellow bunny, for all I know. And her face was obscured because of the bright light behind her. And it was just so hard to connect with the jokes, and I felt so bad for her because she had a completely dead audience. And like my friend and I were cranking out the laughs, making sure to laugh out loud because she was funny, but it's just hard to connect. And I can totally see that person. Let's pretend they're a fellow bunny. I can see that bunny stepping off that show and saying, these people would like to see me fail. They didn't like my jokes. They're glad that there's not laughs. All kinds of negative thinking that could spiral in. When, of course, all that was happening is just literally we can't see the person's face. And so it just created this weird, it was like here's what would happen. She would be trying to work with the audience, so she'll point someone out, but we don't know who she's talking to. So we just stare back at her because no one knows if she's talking to us or not. And I can just imagine that she walked away from that being so discouraged. And I would love to tell her this quote, and I'll say it again. There are many people who would like to see you fail, but there are many people who need you to succeed. that comedian was really funny. She was really good. She undoubtedly, in different venues, with different vibes of the room, with like different moods that the people were in, she brings so much joy, I guarantee it. And it would be so horrible for someone, anyone, you little bunny. It would be so horrible for you to give into any kind of negative thoughts that tell you, oh, I'm going to give up on this thing that people need you to succeed on, little bunny. What is your thing? We'll help you find your thing if you don't know. It could be your job. I like to focus a lot on hobbies and side hustles and things like this. But, one second. Let me take a sip of coffee, 1 second. If you have a job, little bunny, and you are being paid money for that job, generally speaking, for the majority of jobs, you're being paid because you're giving someone else something that they want, something that they need. Someone is saying, yes, what you're doing, little bunny, is worth my money. And that's actually a good reason to make sure you're doing a career that you really believe in, because that can be a really good way to do some good. We won't get into career ambitions in this episode. So anyway, your daddy is feeding you so much carrot, little bunny. Can you stand this much carrot? Daddy's saying, little bunny, I want you to be happy. Eat this carrot, this wisdoms. Maybe your daddy should just say, little bunny, I love you so, so much. You have permission to fall asleep. Tune me out. You can do whatever you want. What really counts is we just spend time together. And that's what I'm in this for. And you know I get a lot out of this too. You always bring my mood up when we spend this time together. And you make me feel more motivated, more ambitious. Lucky for you, I don't get discouraged easily. It's more about, do I charge forward at 10 miles per hour or 100 miles per hour? What else should we talk about, little bunny? I guess I want to also warn you just about not to take too seriously how much negativity you see in the world, especially online. Online is weird, little bunny. And I say this with the garden being, it's not strictly online, but like, you know, I'm coming to you over the internet here. You probably found me through social media. Some of your fellow bunnies have met up and gone to like Renaissance festivals and stuff. I think that's really cool. I would love for the garden to be large enough to where, you know, whatever city you're in or whatever your closest city is, there could be meetups and you guys can, you know, meet up for drinks or coffee or play some kind of Dungeons and Dragons type thing. That's something I would really like to create for you. For you to have a network that isn't strictly online, even though you have many, many, many thousands of fellow bunnies who truly love you. It's unfortunate that you can't actively see them right there, but they are there and they love you, little bunny. Yes, you. Yes, you, little bunny, are loved by more than just me, but by your thousands of fellow bunnies too. Maybe millions someday. We're a ways off from that. Not too far. Okay. Stop being cocky, daddy. Okay. What are we talking about? Negativity in the world. Don't take the negativity of online too seriously. Reason being, I mean, this is before the internet, but it's like, oh God. Basically, things that are negative get more attention. It's as simple as that. And for better or probably worse, so much of the profit incentives just in everything, especially in like media and communications, it is just so much more profitable to be negative and nasty about everything. And that has even stayed true into content creation. So let's say something comes out, some video game that you like comes out, and you really love it. And there's some content creator who is desperate to get views. Desperate. Will do anything to get the maximum number of views possible. They will make a video trashing whatever game you like. This could also be for products. Like, let's say some piece of technology you're excited about comes out, or whatever your thing is that you follow, that you like to buy. And there's something new and you're really excited about it. Maybe it's a book or something. And then content creators will just go and make the most negative reviews. They'll amp up. This is the worst thing ever. This is so bad. It's like they're just doing it to get views. Yeah. These people don't actually feel this way. They're not actually this negative. Same thing happens in comments like on Reddit. Oh, God. Everyone wants to get the upvotes, It's like, oh, I gotta. If I throw in all these expletives and really tear down this person I'm replying to, everyone's gonna jump on board and give me upvotes. So stupid. So beware the perceived negativity on the internet. Things aren't so bad. And you know what? We're not so negative here in the garden. So we're not desperately trying to get attention from the world or from each other or anything. We're just here to be ourselves. And it just so happens that through my wonderful ability to attract the finest, most positive, warm-hearted, wonderful, loving people, just so happens that when we carve out a little bubble away from all the negativity, things are suddenly really nice. I guess that should be the pitch for this week. I should always pitch something garden related in the podcast. I will pitch the Discord as that little bubble. Discord is like an app, basically, or you can get it on your computer too, or on your phone. And it's kind of like message boards or chat rooms or things like this. It's just a place where a community can send messages, and there's all kinds of different topics you can do. You can be super involved. You can check it every once in a while. And it's just filled with your fellow bunnies and no one else. I have some strategic ways to keep the place very positive and wonderful. It is a bastion of positivity, away from the ridiculous, hectic, horrible stuff that is the internet. And I don't know, you can also get the false idea that people are really mean, because you might be like, oh, no, but this is real, this negativity that I see, because I see videos, and it's like, oh, this person is shouting this really horrible thing. Like, what you're seeing is the most aggravated of that person in like the most aggravated mood, and it's only the most aggravated people. So you're seeing the small number of people who are super aggravated, yelling about whatever thing that you don't like. And then it's them, those people who are probably somewhat normal anyway. You're seeing them at the very most aggravated that they possibly are. The internet will show you people at their worst, and it'll be broadcast, and you'll get the false impression that all the world is like this, and all the people are like this, and even the people in the videos are always like that. No. The world is a lot more, people are a lot more calm and normal, and especially in our little bubble, little bunny. It's just warm, wonderful people, your fellow bunnies, a bastion of positivity like you wouldn't believe can exist on the internet. So that's part of the Patreon, which I call the locked section of the garden, because there's a paywall. It's a very small amount, although any amount of money I do take seriously. So if you are able and willing, you are welcome to join the Patreon and to join the Discord. So thank you for any money that you spend on the garden. And it is completely unnecessary to being a bunny. You do not need to spend anything to be in the garden. So, what next, little bunny? Is this a serious episode? I feel like this is so serious. I don't know. I guess I'm in a serious mood a little bit. That's never fun. I was going to tell you another fantasy story to teach you about, not teach you. Shut up, Daddy. 1 second. I was going to teach you. I did it again. Your daddy doesn't learn. Maybe you need to teach me, little bunny. I'd like that. Maybe you can teach me some stuff. What'll you teach me, little bunny? Maybe I'm the one that needs you to succeed. Oh, man, this is such a good idea. I should have a day where you teach me something, little bunny. Oh my God, I love this. It's almost like a show and tell. What would you teach me about, little bunny? If you were to give a little lecture to your daddy and say, hey, Daddy, guess what? I know more about this than you. And I would say, I fully believe you, little bunny. You are better than me at this thing, and I cannot wait for you to impress me with all that you know and all you can do. What would be your topic, little bunny? I guess you could email me about it. You want to teach me something? Why don't you show and tell something? I probably won't be able to reply, but I will read it, I promise. And I will read it with a loving heart, and it will make me smile. You can email me, Lindy at lindysgarden.com or daddy at lindysgarden.com. No apostrophe in Lindy's Garden. Or space. So, yeah, you can teach me something that you know about, something you're wise about. You're wise too, little bunny. We all have our own things that we know about, life experiences we've accrued. I don't know everything about everything. I know some things about some things, a lot about a few things. And where I can be useful and helpful, I will do that. And if I am most useful just to say, little bunny, I love you, then I will say 100 times, I love you, which I think was a locked audio. 100 I love yous. Or that was a podcast episode. I can't remember. Let me take a sip of coffee. I'm always looking for new ways that I can make your life better, including spicy content. Would you guess? You know what's so fun about the garden? What's so much fun is I get to be my complete self, little bunny. Because I'm hot. I'm a sexy daddy. I can make you feel some pretty wonderful, delicious things, little bunny. And I go in and out of those moods, you know. One day I'm feeling like a silly daddy. Another day I'm feeling like your master and needing to put you in your place, little bunny. Clearly I'm in a silly daddy mood today. And I just get to do all of it in the garden. It's so many ways to love and to lust. The garden is about 1/3 spicy, 1/3 comfort, and 1/3 your daddy just gets to do random stuff, like play piano. Did that in the last TikTok, Instagram. Oh, your daddy is feeling so silly right now. I write you songs also. I'm going to stop talking about the Patreon. It's just fun. It's so much fun for me. My love is in no way ever dependent on anything that happens with a credit card. I shall cease to talk about it altogether. I don't want to focus on that. It's not really about that. It's about this connection you and I share, which is real. None of this is acting. None of this is pretend. Sometimes bunnies will say that. It's like, I know it's just pretend. I'm like, it doesn't feel very pretend to me, little bunny. I really love you. And I will always, always be here for you. This is not a character. Sometimes I'll play... I don't think I ever play a genuine character unless I'm literally writing a character in fiction. But even like the dark dominant, quote unquote, character, like honestly, it's just kind of the real me. Like the toxic side of me ramped up to the maximum, you know? Like all the red flags. I have some, when you want your daddy in red flag bad boy mode, I have some of those. You can see some of that on, especially Instagram too. Sometimes there's videos I can't do on TikTok. Even that's like the real subtle red flags, like my cockiness and my absurd, inflated sense of self-worth, delusions of grandeur, which everybody who achieves grand things was accused of having delusions of grandeur until it was no longer delusions. That's a good example of the quote. What was it? One more time. Your daddy being a cocky bastard, quoting himself. There are many people who would like to see you fail, but there are many people who need you to succeed. Rolls off my back if anyone were to accuse me of having delusions of grandeur. Those days are over, I guess. You know, that's just people not wanting you to succeed, or they would like to see you fail. People want to keep you humble. Have you ever bragged about yourself, or you've been afraid to brag about yourself, little bunny? Have you ever been proud of an achievement, and you've wanted to say something, but you kind of have to slink back because you know you should be humble, and you're afraid of being accused of being full of yourself? There's this kind of voice in the back of your head that says, I shouldn't be too happy about succeeding because there's people who don't want to see you succeed. So you should do the nice thing and just not be openly proud of yourself. Let me wipe that away, little bunny. I want you to brag about yourself. Why don't you send me that email? I want you to just freaking brag about yourself. And it's okay if you have self-doubts. It's okay if you're critical of yourself at times. Even if you're mostly critical of yourself, there's ways of you that you're proud of. I guarantee you're also proud of yourself. And if you feel like you can't brag to other people, I want you to frickin' brag to me, little bunny. So why don't you do that? Why don't you write me an email and you just brag the hell about yourself, all the great things that you are. Tell me the things that you know, that you're smart about, that you're good at. How cocky do we get? Do you want to say the ways that you're better than other people? Maybe better than the negative people. How about that? How about you tell me of some time when someone said you couldn't accomplish something and said, oh, you little bunny. Except they didn't deserve to call you little bunny. They said, oh, there's no way you'll win at that. There's no way you'll get chosen for that. There's no way you'll succeed at that. And you proved them wrong, little bunny. And whether or not you got a chance to rub it in their face, I want you to email me and rub it in their face, or at least how do we say this? I don't know the right way. I want you to relish how right you were, and how good a job you did, and how you won despite someone wanting to see you fail. They wanted to sound smart, to be like, oh, you can't achieve that thing. Oh, you're not good enough. Oh, little bunny, they are so wrong. I believe in you. Of course you succeeded. I want to hear about it. I want to hear about your wins anytime in the past. And you know what, little bunny? You and we are going to have a lot of wins in the future. That's part of what I'm going to help you do. Part of what I am helping you do, little bunny. Oh, you are such a winner. You are capable of winning in so many ways, at so many different things. And being an expert at it. Being wise and learned in your own crafts and tasks and career and all the things that you like and love to do and would like to do and will do, because you're being brave and you're going to follow your dreams because your daddy is here every step of the way. 1 second. Let me take a sip of coffee. You really are so capable. So capable. I have no doubt in this. And I can guarantee you are more capable than your brain would like to tell you. Guarantee that one. Yeah. How's this episode? Is this any good? I have no idea. So funny, as cocky as your daddy is, he's always very self-critical, not in a negative way, but always looking to critique and get better. Always getting better. Such a great joy, little bunny, to get better at things. Little by little, do it week after week, day after day, keeping at it. Just keeping at it, getting better and better. And whatever negativity is out in the world, do your best to ignore it. Because those aren't the people that you're doing this for. I want you to succeed for me, if not for anyone else. Give me 1 second. Okay. I may have to wrap this up, but I think we're coming to a good conclusion. I'm going to read you the quote one more time, little bunny. And I want you to apply it to yourself. Okay? I want you to vaguely see if you can notice any feelings of doubt about your ability to succeed at whatever it is you do. Maybe you do cosplay. Yeah, and you're worried that someone is going to say something mean on one of your photos if you're proud of your costume, and maybe you're new to it and you're not as good as these people who are winning the first place in these enormously elaborate costumes. Maybe you're starting cosplay and maybe you're not that good compared to where you think you will be or how you're comparing yourself to other people. Little bunny, I want you to be so freaking proud of your cosplay, your early cosplays, okay? It's all part of the journey of getting better, and you are better than you think. So, I'm going to read this quote one more time. And I want you to think of whatever your thing is, whether it's your job or your career. Well, I guess that's the same thing. Your craft, your hobby, something you take seriously, but maybe it's too hard to make money doing, but you take it at a professional level of seriousness. And if you can't think of one, think of being new at cosplay. Take an anime character, video game character, book character, movie character that you like. that you want to dress up as to go to some event. Maybe you're going to a convention with a fellow bunny. Yeah, you two are going to dress up together. I want you to imagine that if you can't think of your own craft and you're new to it, and let's say you post a picture, you and your fellow bunny are dressing up cosplay for the first time. It's your first time doing it, your outfit is not super elaborate, or you did your best, or you tried to make something like some piece of equipment and you didn't quite get the craftsmanship right, or whatever it is. But let's say you post a photo, and let's say someone is like mean and negative to you, and they're like, oh, this isn't as good as the blah, blah, blah. I've seen so much better than, stupid shit that people say online, okay? I really hate it when people say mean things to you, little bunny. There are many people who would like to see you fail because they suck and they're just negative and it's just the internet. But there are many people, your daddy in this instance, who need you to succeed. I need you, little bunny, to be brave and do that first cosplay and post the picture online with your fellow bunny. You don't have to send me the picture, but you can send me a paragraph bragging about it. Something, maybe you're a year into something and you've gotten so much better. I want you to brag about it to me. Just brag, brag, brag. Say, hey, daddy, check this out. Are you proud of me? Because the answer is yes, little bunny. I really am. And then what was I going to say? Your daddy forgot what he was going to say. Oh, yeah, or other stuff. I don't know. Pick your own thing, little bunny. I have to make a list. I should tabulate a list of all the different things, and you don't have to have just one thing. This is a good idea. Okay, your daddy has an assignment, which he might be too lazy to do, or he'll do it at some point, okay? Whatever your thing is, little bunny, or your multiple things, I want you to brag about it to me. I want you to ignore any kind of negative people. And even if a lot of it might be your brain assuming they're really negative, blah, blah, blah. Your daddy is rambling now. People who would like to see you fail. Who cares? You're not doing it for them. They think they're so important. They're not. You're doing it for the people who need you to succeed. I need you to succeed, little bunny, because I want to feel the joy of being proud of you. So you got to do the thing if I'm going to be proud of you. That's all you got to do. You got to do the thing. Okay, your daddy is rambling, but he's getting better, little by little. I love you, little bunny. I love you so, so much. I am going to get to bed, and then I will wake up tomorrow morning and write you a poem. I will read it to you. I will wish you a good week. And I will remind you, at least right now, follow the podcast and all this stuff. I love you. Good night. I'll be right back. Good morning, little bunny. I hope you... Wait, no. I slept very well. Thank you for asking. I hope you sleep well too, or slept well. But I have a poem for you, a short one this week. It goes like this. No matter whatever jealous humblers believe, I'd love to see you proud of the victories you achieve. Did that make sense? I made up the word humblers. I'll read it again, tell you what humblers means in this. It's those people who get angry at you when you smile about winning and you jump up and down and you want to show off what you've done. No matter what jealous, one more time. No matter whatever jealous humblers believe, I'd love to see you proud of the victories you achieve. Have a great, great week, little bunny. I love you. I love you.